What's up, guys? It's your boy Hotshot. Alright, so I recorded this going down the road and did not realize it was going to turn out to be as long as it did. This is a almost 48-minute video. So, as truck drivers and workers and business owners and all that, we don't have 48 minutes to listen to Hotshot ramble. We just don't have it, guys. And I know as well as you do, you listen to part of it, you hit pause, and you never come back. So I am doing you a favor, because this is all about you guys. I'm going to put it in two parts. First part being Hotshot or non-CDL versus CDL versus big rig freight. And then we're going to go to my specialty, non-CDL Hotshot, CDL, and big rig stinger car hauler. So this one here is about the freight. Pardon my attire, it's 110 degrees out here, but so I'm gonna get it edited, and this one's for you. This is the biggest decision you're gonna make in your career. Can you fix it later? Sometimes. You have to buy the right truck out the gate. Now, I'm not saying you need to buy a semi, but if you buy a dually, you can go through 2 stages of this process with a dually, okay? If you buy a semi, you can't do under 26, but so you go to the dually and you can do boom, boom, and then sell it off and get the big rig. But if you're gonna go single wheel pickup truck, then I'm gonna buy a dually. When I want to move up, then I'm gonna buy a semi. It's gonna be next to impossible because of negative equity. So you need to have the truck long enough to get the negative equity going, which is usually a 3 to 5 year period. So if you're gonna do it with a dually. And do yourself a favor, get a diesel. Bam! Bam! Bobby, why are you telling them? Tell them what they need. Tell them what they need. You need a Ram. Tell them. Dodge Ram. Tell them. Tell them. Dodge Ram. See? He's telling you. Dodge. You can do what you want. Just call me when you're broke. Call me when you're broke down. Bobby, what do they need? Dodge Ram. Dodge Ram. What do they need, Bubba? Dodge Ram. Alright, guys, you get the point. Hope you liked the video. At the end, do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. But you can even do that in the middle. Hotshot Dave, we're out. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Hotshot. So, you know, I thought about maybe, stopping that. But that's what y'all know me. Anybody I talk to says, that's your boy. So, it's your boy, Hotshot. In case y'all didn't know, now you know. Oh, that's your boy, Hayes. That's your boy, Bobby. Bobby. So let's talk Hotshot, CDL, non-CDL, and then we're going to go into big rig truck. So as y'all know, I run an 08 5500 with a 05, yeah, it's 05 take 3, 3/4 car. It's actually turning into a really good 4 car once you learn how to run them. So it all comes down to knowing your equipment. But let's talk about what is and is not worth it in the Hotshot world, and what do I recommend. Now, as a disclaimer, I am not telling you guys what to do. There's some channels that feel like they have to tell everybody what to do. And if you guys don't do what they do, they get a little upset by it. I'm giving you my opinion, my experience, and what I believe and what I do. Anything I say, I either will or have done. Simple. So, now, the point for me, the point of starting this trucking company was I wanted my own fleet. I wanted to be a business owner. I did not want to be self-employed, and there's a difference. If you're self-employed, that's just what you are. If you're a business owner, then you own and run a business. That's it. You know, that's what you do. So the plan was to start a fleet, you know, and blasey. Well, the last year I put trucks on, and it was a mistake on my part. I wasn't ready, and fortunately, a couple guys suffered. I suffered, and you know, it was just a bad decision all the way around, and that's that. But non-CDL, hold on, Bobby, go lay down. Go, lay down. Hold on, guys, let me get him situated, because you see he's getting a big pain in the butt. All right, go, Bobby, go. Where are you going? Go. Hey, go lay down. That's what it takes to get a dog to sit down in a truck. So, anyway, non-CDL, under 26,000 pound Hotshot. Is it worth it? It depends. For the long haul, like all you want to do, all you want to be, no, not at all. And we'll get into it. Over 26,000 CD or Hotshot, I wouldn't want it as an end-all be-all. The ultimate goal for me, and should be for any trucker, is to make the most money possible with the equipment and the resources you have. Now, and that's what we do. Maybe I shouldn't have said with the equipment, but what it comes down to is the more weight you haul, the more money. The more cars you haul, the more money, unless you get into a dedicated lane that most people don't want to do. I'm not saying people don't want to do dedicated. I said you get into a lane that people don't want to do. That's what I said. Because I know that's going to be confused. So, under 26,000, no CDL is a great starter. The reason it's a great starter is it's minimal startup cost. You go buy a dually, you buy a trailer, you get your numbers and all that, and you get started. It's not cheap, but for a business venture, it is inexpensive. You know, you're looking at, I don't know, I run $20,000 trucks. I don't run the new ones, but that's me. I'm okay with that. So, it's inexpensive. It's your foot in your door. It's the way to learn the company, the business. Now, that can also, depending on how you do it, be a very, very bad idea. Me personally, I didn't know anything about trucking other than Dad was a company truck driver. He was a tanker yanker, and that's what he did. He yanked a tank of chocolate and latex and horses. Never known Dad to drive a box van or drive van unless he was hauling mushrooms for the local farm, which was a buddy. But, you know, Dad was a specialized hauler. Went into New York every day and made a killing. So, oh, I can do that, running trucks. Yeah, and I didn't know that there's a such thing as specialized in this and that. So, anyway, back to topic. Under 26,000 is a great foot in the door. But, right now, it's a very bad idea. So, under 26,000, Hotshot trucking started in the oil fields. It started as moving a pipe, moving a tool. Like, I'm in the middle of drilling this hole 3 miles deep, and my wrench breaks in half. So I call a Hotshot because I need it within 2 hours. It's a Hotshot. It's a hot load, shot right over, expedited. You don't do nothing else. That's not what it is anymore. The new belief of a Hotshot is a pickup truck. You're not true, and I'm not true hot shots. We are expediters. Some of us are just truckers in little trucks. If you get a load that is, when are you going to be there, or how soon can you deliver, that's not a hot shot. That's not even expedited. You're a trucker. But you're a mini trucker. You're a mini trucker on a small scale, which there's nothing wrong with that. But you are very, very limited. So guys who say, oh, I don't want to haul cars because I don't want to be limited to haul cars. But yet you'll limit yourself to 26,000 pounds. Which means you could put 10,000 pounds on the deck. I mean, come on, man. Like, it's not there. Even as a car hauler, I need to put more than 10,000 pounds on the deck. And the last 2 years was a gold rush in trucking. And anybody could do it. Anybody could do it, and you could make a living, and you didn't even need to know nothing. But now, like I said, I didn't know trucking, but I knew business. I was a businessman. I ran dealerships, I ran businesses, I knew business. So, I called a little break, you know, and it helped me learn the business, and I also had a very strong mentor that, to this day, I run stuff by him. To this day. That was a great turn signal. You know, so you've got to, in starting in this day and age, with where the industry is, you've got to know, you've got to have a strategy. You've got to have a business plan. You can't just come out here and wing it and think you're going to make $1 million. You know, because it doesn't happen that way. It just can't anymore. There's so many people out here cutthroat. And, you know, I know guys are going to say, oh, well, my buddy made $350,000. I don't believe it. I do it. I'm out here. I see the rates. I don't believe it. You know? That's just me. It's me. I call a duck, and that's what it is. I don't believe it. And as a business owner, I've never received one 1099. I've received tons of 1099. But that's besides the point. And my dog needs a bone. Dog needs a bone. But, so that's that, but that's not why we're here. So, the best thing to do right now is invest in your future. Invest in yourself. Do what you need to do to make yourself a better business person. Hold on, man. I gotta find this boy a phone. That's what he wants. He's got phones. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. As I was saying, invest in yourself. Invest in your company. You know, take your time. Do it right. There's a reason that these big mogul business owners are called investors, because they invest time, money. They don't wake up tomorrow or today, want to be a business owner, and poof, they're a millionaire. A business is an investment. You cannot go into a business flat broke. You can't start a business with, well, not the way the industry is now. You could do it 2 years ago and last year. And I say that because it was done. But the money's not there now. The learning curve is much stronger. So, you know, you've got to invest. You've got to put money in and take time. Anything worth doing takes time. You know, I don't think I've ever done anything easy. You know, that was you know, easy to do and didn't cost me a bunch of money, that was worth it. You know, so that under 26,000, and again, I'm just all over the place because I got so many thoughts going on with this topic that this is actually the third time I made the video. So, the non-CDL Hotshot right now is a limited market because what it has turned into is a partial gate. Okay, so all you're running is partials that the big trucks don't want to run. That's it. You know, you're not running anything specialized that they can't do. And big money comes from specialized. That's what people pay for, is a specialized service. You know, and that's why they take advantage of Hotshots, because they don't know any better, and guys do truly believe that under 26,000 I can run freight cheaper than you can. No, you can't. I don't care who you are. Me being over 26,000 does not make it any more expensive to where I have to overcharge or you can undercharge because you're under 26. IFTA is peanuts. Peanuts for IFTA. Your taxes are, you know, they are what they are. There is no extravagant expense that makes our costs so much different. It's all a mental game. And now, you've got to know who you're listening to. You know, if somebody hasn't had a bunch of breakdown, hasn't had a bunch of obstacles, you know, and they don't have 20 or 30 grand in the bank for maintenance, is that really who you want to listen to? You know, but the under 26,000 is just, it's really saturated, and it's a 10,000. Most of them you can put 10,000, some are even 8, you know. But there's not enough there anymore. You know, the market is so bad that you have big flatbedders running a full load and filling up that last 10 feet on the trail. That's what it is. So now, if you're limiting yourself to that weight, you're strangling yourself for a slow death. Now, that's the problem with that. Now you get a CDL. People say, oh, you can't make no more money with a CDL. Bull. Bull. My income as a car hauler, my income, because I was limited on vehicles under 26,000, my income went up 33% when I got my CDL. Oh, well, Hotshot, that's because you're a car hauler. No, it works the same across the board. If you can only look at 10,000 pound freight and you go get your CDL and now you can look it up to 15, 18, 20,000 pounds depending on what you're doing, how you gonna tell me it ain't paying no more money? It's BS. You're paid by the weight in freight. You know, like, how many times have they told you, oh, it's only 3,000 pounds? They're never going to call you and say, oh, it's 15,000 pounds, so I'm going to pay you extra. No, it's because, and that's the mindset that people have that they shouldn't have. I don't care if it's 1 pound. It still costs the same at a bare minimum. Now, if you put a 40-pound container back there, or 40-foot container back there, now we're talking about a different ball game. but there's still a bare minimum that you need to pay for profit. If you call me and say, hey, Hotshot, I need you to take this Tonka truck from my house to, I don't know, Texas. It's the only thing you can put on the truck. Well, it's going to cost you $4,000 to get that across the country. I don't care Tonka truck or not. That's what it costs my truck to run. So that's what you got to pay. So you've got to know business. You've got to understand the fundamentals.
In 1.25 miles, keep left.
Over 26, your income will rise. Anybody that says otherwise, show me your proof. Not what you think because of what you're doing. Show me your proof. I can show you mine. You know? So now, you're a 26,000 pound hotshot. Over 26,000. It can get real neck and neck right here. Okay? Listen to me. You can find a niche as an over 26,000 pound hotshot. You can find a niche.
Keep left.
I have a buddy that runs pipe. That's all he runs, and you have to be over 26,000 pounds. So, and it works perfect for his hotshot.
Continue on route.
It doesn't work the best for a semi. Now it can, but here's why it doesn't. Because of the height. Because well, if you have a step deck you can do it, but then you lose on the front. So this pipe is a niche for hot shots, but under 26,000 he struggles. He will not hire guys under 26,000 to do this work. It won't work. So now, let's say you're a car hauler with a flat deck, you're over 26,000. You can get a dedicated run hauling these vans, hauling the RV van. Over 26,000 pounds, you open yourself up to dedicated freight. Even as a hot shot, they say. So, a semi, yes, can make more money, but also a hot shot can make more money. Now, if you're running the spot market, I would suggest a semi. And somebody told me this about cars, and it also goes for freight. So, you can put 10,000 pounds or 15,000 pounds on a semi, right? You cannot put 48,000 pounds on a hot shot. So, if you are, just think about how many times you looked at that load board and you got all these full loads. Ding, 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 ding. 48,000 pounds. You can haul anything. But now as a hot shot, you're looking for certain, certain criteria. But now, I've looked at the load board and I've called on a couple cars or a couple loads, and even though I'm not a freight guy, I have called, and people have told me they called on 48,000 pound freight, and it's really 20,000 pounds. It's really 15,000 pounds. But on the board it says 48. You know why? Because it's industry standard. They would prefer to have a semi for that. Now, and in a semi, you can run that, and you can put something else with it as long as it's not a dedicated lane. It may or may not be a dedicated freight. Dedicated freight means A to B, no in between. You know, so, and they should pay extra for that. If you know what you're doing, you'll get extra for it. Oh. So the spot market semi is hands down the way to go in my mind. Now, let's talk car hauling, because I'm a car hauler. I know car hauling. So I see guys making a, running a 2-car. I see guys running a 3-car, 4-car, blah, blah, blah. So, these guys with the 2 cars,